Paramashiva's message directly from KAILASA. Listen. Superconscious mutation is process of putting the very core superconsciousness of Paramashiva into your consciousness and letting your consciousness mute, go through the whole mutation process. Don't understand the word mute into M-U-T-E. Conscious mutation process. The superconscious mutation process. Letting your consciousness go through the superconscious mutation process and evolving you is initiation into powers of superconscious mutation. Listen, here, you manifesting the powers is the spiritual practice. Straight, you manifesting the powers is spiritual practice. Superconscious mutation is putting the very superconsciousness, the core of Paramashiva, into your consciousness and let your consciousness go through the process of mutation and manifest superconscious being and powers. Listen. Initiation itself, power manifestation itself is tapas. That is the spiritual practice for superconscious mutation. This whole process is founded on tyaga. Listen. I sacrifice all my expectations about you. Being a good disciple, bad, I sacrifice all my expectations. I do tyaga. You just do tyaga of all your expectations with me, life, world, universe, everything. Listen. Tyaga is the ground, foundation, base material for your consciousness to become superconsciousness. Listen. I declare, I sacrifice, I renounce, I do tyaga of all my expectations about all of you. You decide to do tyaga of all your expectations from life, from jiva, yourself. See, when you have expectations about yourself from yourself, you go through so much of insecurity within you about you. You continue to cage, prison yourself inside yourself. When you decide to do tyaga of all your expectations about you, just decide, now whatever I can do, I will do. I am not going to carry on, hold on to any expectation about me, within me. Do tyaga of all your expectations about yourself from yourself. And do tyaga of everything you expect from life. Do tyaga of everything you expect from Paramashiva. From Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. From Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. From everything. From yourself, from the cosmos, from Paramashiva. From all the three, all expectations you have, renounce it. Sit now with this tyaga. Hold the Atma Linga in your palm. Keep the other hand on top. Please keep the hands like this. Atma Linga will start levitating, floating between both your hands. Listen. Ma Nitya Pushkalananda. You should know that I myself talk to you every day when you do puja. Ma Pushkalananda is putting the message. Swamiji, this is exactly what I received during puja today. Thank you so much for confirming and initiating. All of you should know. People who do Nitya Puja, every day during the Nitya Puja, you directly connect with me and the space I am in. If you are doing Nitya Puja, during Nitya Puja, you will simply receive the next day's satsang message. What I am going to talk in the next day's satsang, Paramashiva's message, you will simply receive it. Because in Samadhi, what I receive from Paramashiva, you will directly receive through the puja. Now, keep the Atma Linga between both the hands. See how I am keeping the hand? Exactly like this. Keep the Atma Linga. Not only it will stand on itself. Understand? You should not try to make the Atma Linga stand. Just leave it on your palm. It will stand by itself and start levitating, floating between both your palms. It will first stand up and start floating between both your palms. Listen. Nothing to hold on in the known universe from the known self, from the known Ishvara. Listen. What you know as yourself, what you know as the universe, what you know as God, Paramashiva, all are too small. When you decide to do tyaga, you will know the real self of you, real cosmos, and real Paramashiva. I renounce all my expectations about you. You all renounce all your expectations about life, me, Paramashiva, Guru, God, from yourself. Do renounce everything. What happens, happens. Now, you decide to renounce. This tyaga will make you know the real self, real Ishvara, real cosmos. Keep the Atma Linga between both the palms. Listen, I will lift it now. The initiation is extremely powerful. With the grace of Paramashiva, I am starting this next level of initiation. I should say that Paramashiva himself is starting this auspicious occasion of his own coronation, Magutabhishekam. Time with this auspicious Magutabhishekam, he is manifesting this initiation. The powerful cognition is renounce all the expectation. Renounce all the expectations. Renounce all expectations you have about yourself from yourself. Just be udasi. What happens, happens. What can be done? Leave it. Renounce all your expectations you have about cosmos, universe. Renounce it. What happens, happens. What can be done? Renounce all your expectations you have about Ishvara, Paramashiva, God, Guru. Renounce it. What happens, happens. Leave it. With this tyaga, sit with absolute tyaga. Tyaga is power. It is actually the fire, pure fire, detoxifies your consciousness. When I renounce all my expectations about you, you flower into me. When you renounce all your expectations about me, you manifest in oneness with me. Paramadvaita happens when you renounce all expectations. So I declare now, as a living manifestation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva, I renounce all my expectations about all of you. All of you decide to renounce all the expectations you have about everything, including the expectations you have about this initiation. Just sit with a pure tyaga. Be tyaga raja. Be pure tyagi. Tyaga is the royal way, connects you, you manifest Paramadvaita with Paramashiva. It's an immediate way of manifesting the superconscious mutation. People ask, oh, through initiation, just like that I can do what I want. You can. Just drop all the expectations you have about you, from you, by you, and all expectations you have with Paramashiva, with universe. Drop everything. And sit now with the tyaga as a tyagi. Keep the Atma Linga between both your palms. You will see now, not only linga stands erect, it starts floating between your both palms in the space. It will be levitating now. Ananda Bharati is messaging exactly same verse I heard in the evening puja time, Swamiji. Listen. Whoever does Nitya Puja will receive exactly my next day satsang message on that day Nitya Puja. Next session, next satsang what I am going to speak, you will hear in the Nitya Puja. Because what I receive from Paramashiva when I am in Samadhi, you receive it during your Nitya Puja directly. Let's start. Om, 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 Om. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva.
பறவையாய் பாம்பாகி கல்லாமனிதராய் பேயாய் கணங்களாய் வல்லசுரராய் முனிவராய் தேவராய் செல்லாரின் தாவர சங்கமத்துள் எல்லா பிறப்பும் பிறந்திழைத்தேன் எம்பெருமான்.
ஓம் 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 சிவ சிவ சிவ.
வந்தறிவாம் தேற்றனே தேற்றத் தெளிவே என் சிந்தனையுள் ஊற்றான உன்னாரமுதே உதயானே. கலியுகம் மனதில் இருளது நீங்க தீபமாய் எழுந்த ஜோதி ஸ்வரூபானவம் அழித்து முக்தி தந்திட மலையாகி நின்ற அருணாச்சலனே. மானிட ரூபம் தரித்தவா படைத்து காத்து மறை கழித்து அருளிடவே பரம ஞானம் தன்னை இறை ரூபம் கொண்ட நித்யானந்தனை அருளிடவா. வேண்டுமென்று பார்க்கடல் கடைந்த போது அது வரும் நஞ்சை உண்டு பக்தரை காத்துகின்றார். சிவ 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 ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் ஹர ஹர என சிதம் படைக்கும் ஓம் சிவ சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய முதுகாட்டில் ஆடிட கண்டு காலனை கால கடந்தானை கண்டு புள்ளி உடைமானின் தோளானை கண்டு புலியுரி ஆடை புனிதன் வெள்ளி பிறை சடையில் சூடிட கண்டு புள்ளி மலை மீது நின்றானை கண்டு நந்தி பெருமானின் நாயகன் கண்டு நான் மறை வேதநாதன் கண்டு கண்டது கண்டவா காண கண்டந்தவா காண்கின்ற காட்சியெல்லாம் கைலாயம் தந்தவா ஓம் சிவ 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 ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் ஹர ஹர என அண்டப்படை ஓம் சிவ சிவாய ஓம் நம சிவாய ஓம் தகதிமி என தாளம் முழங்கும்
தக்க 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 நடராஜா தக்க திம்மி தக்க ஜுனு நடராஜா தலாங்கு தக்க திம்மி நடராஜா தோம் தோம் தக்க திம்மி நடராஜா தக்க 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 நடராஜா தக்க திம்மி தக்க ஜுனு நடராஜா தலாங்கு தக்க திம்மி நடராஜா
ஆடுகின்றான் அவன் கூத்தனாக திருப்பாதம் தூக்கி மறையோதுகின்றான் பிறைசூடி அந்தணரின் பாடலுக்கு தினம் ஆடுகின்றான் அவன் கூத்தனாக திருப்பாதம் தூக்கி மறையோதுகின்றான் பிறைசூடி அந்தணரின் பாடலுக்கு என்று இயலிசை நாடகமாய் முத்தமிழ் இயற்றிய நாயகனே தகதிமி காலமொடு தில்லையில் ஆடிடும் தாண்டவனே இன்மைக்கும் ஈரேழு பிறவிக்கும் துயர் நீக்க பிறந்தோடி வருகின்ற யமயாலும் நடராஜா வயமாகி மயமாகி வலியாகி ஒலியாகி சித்தத்துள் முக்தி தர நித்யனாய் வந்தவா நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க நம சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க அண்டாண்டம் பிண்டாண்டம் அதில் ஆடிய கூத்தணி நாடலை பார்த்திடவே ஆண்டாண்டு காலமோடு மானிட கூட்டமும் ஏங்கியதே ஆடுகின்றான் ஒரு பாதம் தூக்கி அவன் கூத்தனாக மறையோதுகின்றான் பிறை சூடி அந்தணரின் பாடலுக்கு திரணனா திரணனா திரணா திரணா திரணனா திரணனா திரணா திரணா சரி 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 பாபா நிச சனி பாபா பாபா நிச சனி சரி 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 பாபா நிச சனி பாபா பாபா நிச திரணா 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 tajom takida takadimi tajom takida takadimi tajom takida takadimi tajom takida takadimi சிதம்பர திரு சபையில் நயமுடன் ஆடிடும் நர்த்தனனே உமையாம்பிகை நாயகனே உன்னை பாடிட வந்தேனே நால்வர் புகழ் பாடும் ஆடிய பாதத்தை நான் தொழ வேண்டும் அடியார்க்கும் அடியோனே அண்ட சராசரனே உடுக்கை ஒளிதனிலே இருமொழியை தந்திட்ட தாண்டவனே முதல் மொழி தமிழ் மொழியாய் மறுபுறம் வடமொழி உயிர் மொழியாய் மதி மாறாமல் மனம் போகாமல் விதி சேராமல் உன்னை பற்றிடுவேன் 64 கலை கட்டிடவே அருள் புரிந்திடு எம் அம்பல தரசே அச்சை அல்ல நீ அச்சம் நீக்கவே அண்டம் வந்த என் அம்பலவாணனே நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க நம சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க ஆடுகின்றான். அவன் கூத்தனாக திருப்பாதம் தூக்கி மறையோதுகின்றான். பிறைசூடி அந்தணரின் பாடலுக்கு தினம் ஆடுகின்றான். ஒரு பாதம் தூக்கி அவன் கூத்தனாக மறையோதுகின்றான். பிறைசூடி அந்தணரின் பாடலுக்கு இயலிசை நாடகமாய் முத்தமிழ் இயற்றிய நாயகனே, தசதிமி தாளமோடு தில்லையில் ஆடிடும் தாண்டவனே. வயமாகி மயமாகி வலியாகி ஒலியாகி சித்தத்துள் முக்தி தர நித்யனாய் வந்தவா. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க. இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க வாழ்க. இமை பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க. நமச்சிவாய வாழ்க வாழ்க நாதன் தாழ் வாழ்க. இமை
ஸ்வர்ண சூரிய பிரபை வாகனம். மறுகையில் அபயம் திருக்காட்சி உதயம் நித்யானந்தன் தோன்றிடும். இது ஸ்வர்ண சூரிய பிரபை வாகனம். பல கோடி இதழ் பூத்திடும் மலராய் ஒளிரும் நித்யன் திருமுகம். கரம் தாங்கும் திருச்சூலமோ புவியில் பிடி நீங்க அருள் செய்திடும். குணம் தாண்டி உருவம் அதும் தாண்டி குருவாய் நித்யன் தோன்றும் எழில் வாகனம். குணம் தாண்டி உருவம் அதும் தாண்டி குருவாய் நித்யன் தோன்றும் எழில் வாகனம். அருளாக அகவாழ்வின் இருள் நீக்கி சன்மார்க்க நெறி காட்ட அவர் காட்சி தரும் வாகனம். அருளாக அகவாழ்வின் இருள் நீக்கி சன்மார்க்க நெறி காட்ட அவர் காட்சி தரும் வாகனம். திருக்காட்சி கண்ட விழிகள் விரிந்திடும். வேண்டும் வரம் கேட்கும் மனம் மாயமாய் மறைந்திடும். பல கோடி இதழ் பூத்திடும் மலராய் ஒளிரும் நித்யன் திருமுகம். கரம் தாங்கும் திருச்சூலமோ புவியில் பிடி நீங்க அருள் செய்திடும். सूर्यप्रभै वाहनम्
கைலை இறையென உரைபவன் அருணையில் குருவென மலர்ந்தது புகழ் பாடி அருள் பெறவே திருப்பதம் தனில் அடியவர் சாற்றி மகிழ்வுறும் பாமாலை. நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே. அகமே நிறைந்த எம் அண்ணாமலை வேந்தனே ஜெகம் போற்றும் எம் ஆனந்த நித்யனே சாற்றும் இப்பாமாலை ஏற்றமை காப்பாயே. நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த குரு நித்யானந்த சத்குருவே. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சலம் தந்த வரமே அகத்தினில் அமர்ந்தே அருள் தரும் நித்யானந்தா குருவாய் மலர்ந்திங்கு புணர்வாய் கலந்தெமக்குயர்வாழ் வழித்திடும் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா. புவி மேல் பிறந்தது எதனால் என்பதும் அறியா பதர்யாம் நித்யானந்தா துதிப்பாடிடும் வரம் அளித்தே குறைதனை களைந்தாய் கணம் தனில் நித்யானந்தா. அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல நித்ய அருணாச்சல குரு நித்யானந்தா அருணாச்சல நித்ய
As a living manifestation, Paramavatara of Paramashiva, I initiate all of you into this manifestation of powers of superconscious mutation and the process of superconscious mutation from now. Listen carefully. Whole day try this very playfully. Keep the coconut in your palm and try to make the coconut stand. Once the coconut stands, it is now energized with consciousness. Cook and eat. Process that coconut, make it like a chutney or anything and eat. Same way, lemon. Keep the lemon in your palm and use the initiation to move the lemon. Once the lemon starts moving, it is energized with consciousness. You can make a juice and drink. Do this. It will detox your body and mind and prepare yourself to receive the superconscious initiation. I'll continue the initiations and further processes. Further initiations, we will start having 2 initiations, morning and evening now, as the Paramashivoham level 3 initiation series. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam Paramadvaitam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and KAILASA of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyanandam, Jnanapatiti Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions.
Science of our manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Shastra Pramana, the authentic scriptures, Shrutis, Vedagamas, stand as foundation for Hinduism. Apta Pramana, authentic, time-tested, foolproof compilation of the experience of the sages, rishis, and millions of enlightened masters, which is in terms with the Shastra Pramana. Atma Pramana. With Apta Pramana, a guru is able to experience and live the truth claimed by the Shastras. And Shakshi Pramana, manifestation and experience of the guru's initiation in the disciple of a particular lineage, which is demonstrable to the world. Pratyaksha Pramana, having the truth validated by the scientific study. Bhagavan in Navada Shastra has clearly documented how these greater powers map to our brain and how the brain has the highest coherence and with the thoughtless space completely in the zero, and how even our DNA, very DNA, goes into 1300% of processing of the highest superconscious mutation as the physical reality. And all the science has clearly proven how each of the superconscious mutation maps into our physical reality as auspiciousness, abundance, and bliss. Let's move to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana for the power of silicon, consciousness over matter, silicon. This is taken from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, consciousness, Bhairava, one who experienced the consciousness, and Tantra is the method, how you have different methods in the scientific world. Same way, Bhagavan gives us the ultimate method of manifesting the powers of Paramashiva.
Matter, silicon, is taken from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 120, Dharana 95. क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैर्दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत् क्वचिद् वस्तुनि विन्यस्य शनैर्दृष्टिं निवर्तयेत् तज्ज्ञानं चित्तसहितं देवी शून्यालयो भवेत्.
Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully says, having fixed one's eyes on a particular object, Vastu, one should slowly withdraw the sight from the object as well as slowly eliminate the knowledge of the object and slowly with the thoughts and impression of it. Then, O Devi, one abides in Sunya, the state where there is nothing other than this exists, which is a state of all-inclusiveness or infinity. Bhagavan beautifully says how we are all the superconscious mutation as physical reality that we experience as this reality. How there is the ghee hidden in the milk. We don't know that it is there when we look at it. But when we keep the milk, it is there only for a few days. Then it gets spoiled. Same way, when we make the yogurt out of the milk, then it stays a little longer than the milk, and we found the yogurt out from the milk. And we can't still see the ghee from the milk or from the yogurt. And then we process the yogurt, which can stay longer as butter. And when we make the butter, it stays longer, that we can keep it for a few weeks, that we can use it. But as such, the milk did not show that there was a butter. And if you process the butter, it becomes ghee, and that can stay even for months and years, simply because it is the purest form of the existence. The same way, when you get purer and purer who you are as Paramashiva, the superconscious mutation that happens in you as Paramashiva, you can experience all the abundance, auspiciousness, and bliss and eternally stay as Paramashiva. There is no longer that your mind is giving you all the delusion and all the patterns that you have to go through, ups and downs of life. But you can stay as the purest form for eternity as Paramashiva, as who you are. That is how we start understanding the consciousness, who we are, is the purest form of us, Paramashiva. We can experience the ultimate reality. And when we start looking in the purer source of everything that is consciousness, we are in the oneness space. The quantum entanglement happens, and simply we know that everything is connected. Unified feel that who we are as energy and frequency, we can map it to what we want. We can simply manifest as the ultimate reality. Now science has caught up and clearly said in Planck scale there's a quantum energy which is available for everybody, which is not depleted at all, and which is constantly can be regenerating you as the ultimate. How these siddhas and alvars, they live forever without food, water, or even air sometimes, is because of they are able to tap the inner energy, who they are as Paramashiva, into the existential reality. Bhagavan more and more says, when you are not driven by the outer world, but you know how to trigger all the bliss from the inner space, you have experienced the ultimate oneness of superconscious mutation. Here, Bhagavan beautifully states step by step, when you drop all your identities, all your thoughts, and all your impression of your thoughts, when everything is removed, who you are is just a consciousness. And when you experience consciousness, that very moment, he says, "O Devi, one abides in nothing other than that this exists." The whole superconscious mutation, Paramashiva, the recipe of your life, is the very essence of who you are, and only that exists, and which is the state of all inclusiveness. You become the ultimate and manifest the infinite powers of Paramashiva. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the Apta Pramana to further understand the consciousness over matter. How the superconscious mutation, the Panchabandavas were born, and Vayuputra Bhima was such a strong person, and Duryodhana thought that physical strength was the only thing needed to win a war. They did not understand, even though they were all superconscious mutation kids, behind that the source was Parandama, who gave them the strength of the right thinking to manifest their reality to the ultimate possibility. But Duryodhana failed to understand. He thought Bhima was the strength of their group, and he poisoned him and made him unconscious and tied him with the seaweeds and threw him in the Ganga. And when he was going down the Ganga, the snake started biting him. Instead of receiving the poison and dying, he woke up from his unconscious and he just saw the snakes. "What are you doing?" And the snakes were shocked to see his power, and simply they took him to their chief Aryaka. And the chief was so happy to receive the Bhima, and so beautifully they gave him a magical drink which gave the strength of 10,000 elephants. And this is clearly documented. It is a physical happening of the incident in Mahabharata in the book Adi Parva. All this great science was available to humanity, how they existed and manifested the higher powers. Here in Shakshi Pramana, you can see how they increase the battery power just by the space of oneness with Paramashiva. The increasing any battery is just possible because from thin air, Bhagavan says, you can manifest the energy that you need to charge your silicon devices. Bhagavan really beautifully initiates us in the Kailash courtyard.
Anything which runs by this silicon and the chip based or memory hard drive, means laptop, iPad, cell phone, anything which runs by electrical and that electronics energy. Just 3-4 days before, I was just trying to play with my iPad, whether that is listening to me. I said, started just listening to me. I said, this app, switch off, it gets off. Without typing the password, open, it opens. And I just said, go to this app store, went and download the messenger, downloaded. It was continuously doing. Then I decided, let me convert this into software and initiate as a power to everyone. Very casually only I did. And also by tomorrow you guys will be having a software. I'm preparing it. Any battery you just hold in your hand, it will be charged. Any battery. From the air, it will produce energy. Actually, I have done it already. I am converting that into a software. That work is going on. Maybe today, after initiation, I will be in Samadhi. That time I will finish that software work. Actually, whenever I am in Samadhi, I do all this software writing. This power software writing. And I have also tightened and closed all the loops, loose ends in this rain software. You see, rain is related to length, breadth, depth, all the three. It was too much for many of you guys to swallow yesterday. It was too strong. So I have completed all the, tightened all the loose ends. Today you guys will see. It really becomes 100% success. The rain power, the power over the Vatavarana, after tightening all the loose ends. That is one. Second, any gadgets which runs electrically, electronically, you will be able to control it by will. Operate it, do anything you want with will. Two things. This Jnananjanam I will send it, all of you have. And after having, I will initiate you guys. Then, the first step, where you are supposed to bring rain, write that, keep it under the Krishna Shila, give instruction and leave it. Leave it for 42 minutes. That time don't waste, start playing with the gadgets. Give the instruction and keep the Krishna Shila. Once you give the instruction, that is enough. It does not need to be constantly followed up. You only need to follow up that place, what is happening there. Then pick up any electronic objects you want to play, just put it on the Krishna Shila. Let the Nithyananda Yogam participants ask what the Balasant should do. You pen down the instruction, your request. The Balasant will do that. You give that instruction, it will do. Any object, it does not need to be only Balasant's objects, Balasant's iPhones. You keep your iPhone, they will open it. It will open, it will get switched on, it will download the apps or delete whatever you want. Whatever you want, you write and give them. Always all your requests should be in writing. And then after they perform, you tick or cancel. Any command, only 3 minutes. If it takes more than 3 minutes, cancel, means they are not done it. Go for the next command. Any command, only maximum 3 minutes. The rain, only 42 minutes. If it is more than 42 minutes, crash, it has not happened, go for the next. Second, start the next place. Understand? So that is the way the fluttering will settle down. And it will become part of your biomemory. There were some of the loose ends, means, I should say, it was too much for your biomemory to grasp. It was too big bite. So many of the biomemories, it got stuck in the throat and unable to digest. First of all, even you are not able to, many of you guys are not able to grasp that it is possible. If you are integrated to that core, that's enough. You will manifest powers.
So beautiful, Bhagwan's initiation in the courtyard for us to initiate, us to manifest the power over silicon. Today what we are going to do is, we are going to keep the silicon on the Krishna Shila. What is Krishna Shila? It's a granite slab. You can keep the cell phone or your tab or your laptop on the Krishna Shila, and you can close all the apps. Make sure your apps are closed, and you can switch off, take a screenshot so that you know how much of the percentage of the battery is used by the phone. Now, just by the chanting of Mahavakya, by raising your frequency to the space of Mahavakya, the sound that Bhagavan has downloaded from KAILASA to take us to the higher sound that is possible. That Bhagavan says, it is not the tablet, how great you are, the tablet works on you. It is the tablet, how they have done it, it works on anybody. The same way, the mantras are so powerful. It is not because you are integrated or you're dedicated that the mantras work on you, but mantras are so powerful for anybody, it starts manifesting the Kailasa state. When the frequency starts raising in you higher and higher, when you go into the thoughtless space, when you start listening to your mantras that you're chanting, you fall into the no thought zone, because you can't listen and have a thought. So you fall into the no thought zone and your frequency is high. You catch the higher frequency, manifesting consciousness over matter. Simply the manifestation happens in your life. How the food in the hand goes into your body, it becomes the blood. Same way, we can bring the food from anywhere to your table also. But we don't believe that part, but we'll believe this part. Even though your body is such a complicated system, but it works in such a coherence because your mind is not involved in it. It is a non-mechanical part which is just running your whole system. But when it comes to your mind, you have a logical reason that you have to do something to get something. But Bhagavan Paramashiva says, all you need to do is go into the deeper and deeper oneness space of Paramashiva, learn how to manifest your reality. And when you learn that science that you are Paramashiva, in the deep core who you are, the superconscious mutation, because your Guru has initiated you, you fall into the deeper state and Mahavakya raises your frequency to experience that manifestation as your reality. So once you've decided and kept your phone, make sure there's no app, there's no external input for increasing the battery or vibration or anything else. Just keep the cell phone in front of you and start chanting the Mahavakya deeply and connected to Paramashiva. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye. Continuously when you hold that I am Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes and 50 hands. When you experience the deep oneness with Paramashiva, dissolve yourself in deep gratitude, in love. When you have Paramashiva as your core being, who you are as a superconscious mutation being, you start manifesting powers. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya, deeply connecting to Paramashiva in the oneness space and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham.
Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. And whatever Paramashiva has shown, please go ahead and share it in the tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. Again and again, Bhagavan beautifully explains how the superconscious mutation happens. You become part, not the part, but part of the whole. You become the whole consciousness, who you are, as oneness with everything that exists. And when you start enriching and contributing to others, Bhagavan comes down from all that KAILASA experience to give the gift to the world, to contribute to the world, because he knows everything is connected to him, everyone, everything is part of him. Same way, when you start contributing to others' life, you start understanding that everything around you is a contribution, that everything inclusive is who you are as an infinite possibility. So go ahead and share in your social media or in tinyurl.com/power manifestation all the greater experience that Bhagavan's initiation, Bhagavan's powerful cognition. The powerful cognition is also Shakti. Bhagavan says Buddhi is Shakti and Shakti is Buddhi. You can share any of these great truths to the world, and so many people view it, get benefit from all your great sharing. So make sure you are sharing with the hashtag Paramashivoham Shakshi Pramana, hashtag Pa Manifestation, hashtag Nithyananda, hashtag KAILASA. Now let's surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagwan's lotus feet in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagwan for showering all this great truth for each one of us into our physical reality, all the abundance, auspiciousness, and bliss that we are experiencing. And thanking all of you who stayed back to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Simple integrity, simple obedience. That's all with Paramashiva. All we need to do is simple integrity. Do the Jnanapada, power manifestation every single day so that your brain gets ready to map the superconscious mutation into the deeper and deeper science. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing all this great truth to the world and enriching and causing others to raise to that superconscious space of Paramashiva. Now, let's have the deep earning. Paramashiva is real in my thought, word, and action. Seeing Paramashiva as my recipe of my life in everything, everyone. Holding that as my powerful cognition throughout the day and experiencing the oneness with Paramashiva. Now, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye and chant the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much, and see you after the next satsang or darshan in Kailash Courtyard manifesting past sessions. Nithyanandam.